So we start out as the Ranger, and the Ranger is kind of like the overall kind of basic Javelin that everybody starts out with. It's fast. I like the barrel rolls in the air when you're flying. The flying Jesse, though, feels really good.
Yeah.
The way you kind of fly and control in the air and stuff, it feels really good, man. You were 100% right on how well the flying is. So
yeah, it's just like the transition between the hover flying and the, you know, like flying forward and just the like turning those off to drop and like it's all so fluid and just feels so like it just doesn't feel jerky or weird, you know, like it like flows into each movement, you know, like that you do. It just feels good in general to move in that game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that feels really good. I also like the way you kind of like sprint around and move, like you know, we'll get to the Colossus in a second, but when you're playing as the Ranger, like the B button on the controller is this nice little evade move that you can use. It works really well. The weapons feel good to shoot, like they sound good, and the kick feels good on the weapons. And I think the one thing I like a lot about it too is like, since they don't have to balance for PvP stuff, like no matter what you're doing, you kind of feel powerful, you know?
Yeah.
Like whether you're shooting a gun or using your gear slot items, or you're supporting someone, like there's all it you feel powerful. And I think that's what this game has going for it most, is like you never really feel like, and I know we're in the demo and things are kind of level based and everything, and leveling up it seems to be a little bit easier in this, but like they start you out level 10 and you work your way up to 15. We're both level 12 right now. But just shooting the guns and flying and just traversing the world feels really good. So,
you know, I'm curious because I haven't really played much of it, but does the shooting feel like it does in Mass Effect, or does it feel better or different?
It feels, it's similar. Like it feels similar.
Okay,
but
because I'm not gonna lie. It feels like I'm playing Titanfall. like the shooting and everything feels like Titanfall. Like I almost wonder if Respawn didn't like do anything like help them with the shooting at all, because there's certain things of it that just feel like Titanfall. Like even just like your consumable things that you unlock remind me a lot of the things in Titanfall that you can unlock, you know, with the different kinds of grenades and like I don't know, like something about it like just really reminds me of Titanfall and just little details, like small details. that like wouldn't necessarily have to be something where like, you know, like they'd have to have a major part in helping out with it. But I don't know, and maybe it's just me, but it just, I don't know why, but it just, something about it reminds me of Titanfall too. So
yeah, I can see that. I wonder if Respawn didn't work directly with them, like I wonder if they had some kind of
just some of their team go over to help with things, like where it's not necessarily a full on, you know, like Respawn working with them, just people helping with mechanics and stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, but you know, what are your thoughts on the Ranger class so far? I mean, I know you haven't really played as another class yet, but like, what's your thought on the Ranger class so far?
Well, like for me, I think it was a perfect one to start off with, just because, like it, like, you know, it really gives you that feel like playing like this is what it would be like to be Iron Man. kind of, like from Marvel. Like like I've said to you guys in the past, like I could see them making an Iron Man game. Like they've got the mechanics of like what the Javelins do like down so well that like I could see them landing a massive get and doing a full on Iron Man game where you're flying around in the suit and all that stuff like down the line someday. But like everything about that character, like it just feels good, and like I like your super on that character is awesome. I just love the whole like locking on with like 30 different rockets and they just like shoot everywhere and are locking on all different characters all at once.
Yeah,
like it just feels so cool. Like shoot, just blast and everything.
Yeah, you just press up and it's like it kind of takes you into this kind of zoomed in kind of screen, but like everything within that kind of that kind of viewpoint, it's like you just see all these red highlights start popping up, and then when you let go, it just shoots, like you said, all these missiles, and it's cool. It's really cool, man. But yeah, we played maybe we only played 2 missions because we got kicked out of a lot of things and frozen and stuff like that, just because the demo's been having some issues. But we played a mission where we fought this big kind of tank thing at the end, which was really cool. We played that mission twice actually because we ended up playing it again when I unlocked the Colossus. And then we played the what was the other mission we played? Oh, we kind of went down into this kind of cavern, and you kind of went through and we fought these big kind of fire beasts. And
these giants, these like big giant like ogre looking things.
Yeah, so I mean the missions are varied. They're kind of quick though. I mean I know we played on easy on a couple of them just to get footage and gameplay and stuff, but the missions went pretty quick. I would say they went pretty fast.
Yeah, on easy they definitely went quite a bit faster. I think this is a game that most people, once you get used to everything, you're gonna probably want to play it on hard or medium. Especially if you're playing as a group, because mind you, hard is like medium basically, the way that it's set up. Because as you play and you unlock the different hard difficulties, there's 3 more after hard, so like hard is basically gonna end up being normal by the time you unlock all the difficulties.
Plus I mean I'm sure once you do the missions on harder difficulties, you'll be able to unlock better loot and whatever. That's probably all in-game stuff. But yeah, man, I mean playing it on normal was tough. We played that one mission on normal, or I think is what we were playing on, and like we were fighting that tank, and it was tough, man. We all kind of had to work together, and then we realized we could revive those sentinels to add extra firepower, and they were kind of underneath doing kind of melee damage, which was really weird to see. But we laid down those protection rifts and kind of would throw grenades at some of the enemies, and those big guys with shields too. Man, with the exploding canisters on the side. Like what what I would do is like I would shoot one, or I would shoot like that rocket, that side rocket that you have, at it to stagger it, and then you kind of work your way behind to shoot the flammable canisters that he has hooked up on him. It is definitely a game where you've gotta like use set up tactics very similar to like doing like a raid in games, where you kind of gotta have your system of how you do things and how you work on characters to get rid of the bigger characters so you can just clear out the smaller ones, stuff like that. It's definitely
it makes it challenging if you want it to be, you know, and I feel like they've done a really good job of not making it just like overly difficult in the settings that you have to choose from. Now, we obviously haven't played any of the really super hard settings.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling that's more for like once you've really powered up your javelins and you've got, you know, like all the unlocks and just more powerful weapons. Because as you level up, your unlocks that you get of weapons are similar. Then, you know, they're the same as the ones you already had, but they've got like a little bit better stats, basically. Yeah. And so, like, I kind of like the way that they're doing that. You know, not doing the whole reroll stuff and all that, like what Destiny does. Yeah. Where, you know, so, you know, just keeping it basic, making it so as you level up, your guns level up, like most games do. I'm perfectly fine with that. That's, you know, about as in depth as it needs to be for me. So
yeah, I mean, like you said, I unlocked like 3 of the same weapon, but they just kept giving you better stats or whatever. So I mean, that doesn't bother me just from playing Destiny or Borderlands or whatever. Like, those are really common things in games like that. But
yeah.